Today we'll talk about the deeper reason why you always feel your brain are tired. There's two main induced reasons that cause brain tired. First reason, burnout, which is what most people believe they are. And the solution is everywhere on the internet. Go exercise, better diets, go on less your phone and stuff. The cause of tiredness is over repetitive stimulations. But I think most people feel their brain are tired is due to the second reason. And this second reason, most people probably even never heard of, called boreout. It's a psychological term describe when your brain is understimulated, they feel tired. There is a way to check are you actually bored out. Is sometimes you feel you're literally doing nothing on let's say a Saturday, you still feel really, really tired. Or if there's something suddenly interests you, or you met a friend that you didn't see for a long time, you're very into the conversation. You can go on for 4 hours, whatever you're interesting, and even then you may feel physical tired, but you feel very fulfilled mentally. If that's how you feel, you probably are suffering from boreout. And the boreout that causing brain tired is actually discovered by the psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi in his book Flow. He basically gave 10,000 people a reminder or a random sound clock. They have to write down what are they doing and how they feel. One of the most surprising findings is people at work report a higher satisfied with their life than when they're watching TV. That kind of go very counterintuitive. Why would someone enjoy more at work than they watching TV? And the reason is boreout. They don't feel the TV, even then, a full of blood, sex, and fight and intense moment, but they don't really stimulate our brain the right way to make us feel leisure. But of course, this video is not just simply introduce you what is a boreout and you should do something more mentally tired. The reason why I call deeper reason for reason is because, in my opinion, lots of people choose a boring experience because this is their solution instead of their problem. I know the sentence I just said is probably very confusing. I will just give an example of my sister. My sister right now is 6 years old, and every night she have lots of homework. My mom will push her to do the homework first before having fun. Sometimes you will see her playing with the fingers. I doubt that playing fingers is very fun for her, but the reason why she's doing that to choose this boring experience is to run away from something even more devastating, which is homework or my mother. I think the reason why lots of people go on their phone so much or watching lots of TV, use their time not meaningfully for reason to solve a life problem. And we will look deeper into this problem, and maybe it will turn out to be the solution of why we are tired all the time. So what is the devastating thing that we try to run away with rather to choose a boring, tired brain life? In the book called The Agony of Eros by Korean Germany philosopher Han, he gave the answer. The thing that we try to run away from called self-exploitations. What is a self-exploitation? Do you have time that one day on a Saturday just literally stay on the bed or the sofa, you're not productive whatsoever, and you start beating yourself over? Or imagine this scenario. When you're in a family gathering, you don't have a job for the past 6 months. Some family member asks you, what do you do for job now? Before you even say you don't have one, that kind of internal uncomfortableness is what he referenced to. So why would you feel terrible when you're not productive? Because in a lot of people's eye, or society and company point of view, or work ethic effect on the society, we think work is important. Even on your free time, leisure time, your break, Saturday, Sunday, government holidays, is for you to well rested so you can work more on the working days. In this value point of view, the only meaningful thing is surrounding by work. So if one day you are not doing work-related stuff or not well rested, or even while you click into this video, you want to feel well rested because you want to be meaningful to work more. But the reason why we choose boredom is because there's a paradox existing. What is a paradox? Lots of people go to work because they want to enjoy break and leisure. Or they go to work so in future they don't have to work. Go to work, these choices. The final goal is not to. So did you see the problem here? That the reason why you go to work so you can have a leisure and free time. But leisure and free time is for you to work better. Both is true. Both is a lot of people believe. They're coexisting in our brain and it creates these exhaustions, or in another term, self-exploitations. Back to the example of my sister. My mom pressured her to do work and she don't even know why she's doing work. She's not clear of the end goal. And she'd rather choosing play with the finger, which is bored out, than doing actual work, which meaningful to her life. But for most adult life, this mother oppression becomes self-oppression, that you doing this to yourself while not clear of your end goal. And use the words of Han is, at that moment, the perpetuator and the victim turn into one person, existing within yourself. And lots of people will ask, why do we doing this to ourselves? Why will we literally enslave ourselves? We're the owner and the slave in the same time. Why would that happen even? This is a very deep question that we in future 100% will make another video of. It relates to meritocracy. It relates to work ethic. It relates to why lots of people's life expectancy is lower, why college student is depressed. But today, we only focus on our tired brain. So all the behavior, what we call meaningful, is literally about work. Anything is not useful for work is non-meaningful. But at that moment, it's against the purpose why we go work, because we want leisure time. But now leisure time is gone, is solo purposes to work more. So when we're doing something non-meaningful, we feel we're truly living. For example, when you go on your phone. How can we avoid choosing the option of boredom? The lucky thing is there's a lot of people out there are not in the state of boredom. They still doing the same thing like most people do. They choose a non-meaningful activity and do it to feel like themselves, to find their original purpose, leisure and free time. Their life is a little bit more fulfilled. The reason why their life is not in boredom is because the non-meaningful activity they choose is a little bit more fulfilled to the brain than scrolling on the phone and watching TV shows. What is the measurement of enough stimulation for the brain is actually tested by the philosopher we just mentioned, Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. He realized that the singular determination of what make a game or hobby fun is actually the difficulty, the non-necessary difficulty people gave. In soccer, you could pick up the ball, run to the goal, and call yourself winning. But people limited themselves not to use the hand. And with the foot and the ball, it requires a lot of practice. For drawing, if you like to draw portraits, you have to practice quite a lot for your hand muscle, for the familiarity of people, the proportion. Instead, you can just take a picture. But why people still like to draw is because there is not necessary difficulty. And when we're doing this difficulty, just a little bit out of our comfort zone, we get sucked into the flow state, which is the result of the psychologist. Remember in the beginning, I mentioned that you found something you're very interested, or you talk to an old friend you haven't met for a long time. Time went by. You forget about the struggle and all the struggle and anxiety that you have in life. That's basically what flow does to you. And then let's recap for what we talked about today real quick. So first, we figure out the reason why you watch so many YouTube videos to solve your brain tiredness, but yet see a result, is because we are treating the wrong thing. A lot of people are not actually burnout, they're actually bored out. They don't have enough stimulations. Then we discover, why do we have so much bored out nowadays? It's because this is a solution for us to run away from work, or what we call quote unquote meaningful. People hating meaningful things. They want to do something non-meaningful. Then in the end, we talk about what make a non-meaningful thing will provide enough stimulations to avoid burnout, which is the right amount of difficulty, unnecessary difficulty. In the end, I want to share something from the heart for me. Lots of people is doing something to eliminate things. For example, they want to exercise so they don't have to exercise. They want to go work so they don't have to go work. But what will make people feel truly living? That you are not wasting your days, that your day just repeat. That something, the process itself is all that matter. On the opposite, the end goal of it is not matter. The end goal of a game is the end of a fun time. And that's what truly make people feel fulfilled and living. And that's what can create flow and happiness. My name is Paul. I will see you next time. I really hope you learned something today.